Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for ReZero Season 3, Episode 8. Last week, we lost the episode. It was eaten by gluttony. I have already apologized a bunch for that, so instead I will say thank you to those of you who commented reassurances, and to those of you who are along with me still with the missing episode in tow for Episode 8. Last episode of ReZero was fantastic, and the episode that spoke most deeply and directly to my heart in this season so far. I've really enjoyed the season. I really enjoyed the changes in tone and the feeling of more action going on and the idea that all this stuff is happening in the city. But it really transcended that and jumped to another level when the emotional content really resonated with me. And I think that's just the nature of shows like this. And I think there have been elements in previous seasons that have really resonated with particular people and maybe not so much with me. But that episode right there, where our main character sits in front of a microphone and speaks out a humble, authentic, hopeful truth to a large population of scared, helpless, hopeless people, hits a little bit close to home. Like Subaru, I don't think that I'm anybody particularly special or particularly well-suited to, say, I don't know, rally the people or anything so highfalutin as that. And yet I feel myself called to speak and to communicate. And I want to stay aware of, like, the real reason for that and the real sort of the kind of battle that's going on that I laid out that I think is sort of stupidly important. Sort of stupidly important. I think it's dumb and it's silly how important this, like, hearts and minds thing is. And beyond that, how important it is for me to speak these things and to speak what I see and to look for things that are good and speak them out in a way that is hopeful that they might spread and hopeful that they might be of import, you know? The episode spoke to me, and so it's a grand tragedy that it's gone. It hurts deeply, but so it goes, and so it will be, and we're going to move on from there, and it will be okay. It will be a blip in a strange memory, and eventually kind of like a maybe even a humorous point, the way that the first episode of Monogatari, which doesn't fucking exist, is. So I'm ready to move on from here, and so is our story. But I thought it would behoove me to say something here at the beginning and say to the last episode, rest in peace, episode 7 of ReZero, and we'll move on from there. Thanks again to the people who commented reassurances. It really helps. And to those couple of you who've been here for a long time and have seen a couple of mistakes like this, and are able to, like, laugh at it with me and, like, I don't know, express that those little things aren't gonna matter, and it's the appreciation for the discussion and all that stuff. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. The vast majority of last episode was taken up by Subaru inspiring the people and driving back the fear. But there were a couple of other little things. There was a smidgen that we never even talked about at the end, because, like, I ended up talking about it in the first reaction, but then it just got blown away by all the other stuff that happened. Al, he's not a traitor. He got the media from, like, a random dude. And so now we've got a bunch of information that's really useful from Amelia about where the particular archbishops are located and where their headquarters are. There's still one that's a wrinkle or two, I'm not sure, but we still have a whole lot more information than we did. On top of that, having rallied the people, 2 humanoids just showed up in our room, and they're very helpful humanoids to have on your side. I don't know why I said humanoids, that's so weird. 2 humanoids. Humanoid number 1, Otto. Humanoid number 1 has some information. He's been around, he's done some things. What's he gonna bring for us? I don't know, but Otto has been, like, the linchpin of so many of our plans that it's really good to have him back. Humanoid number 2, Reinhard. He's here, he's got a sword, he's got red hair, and he's ready to fuck shit up. there are problems with using Reinhard. We've already sort of demonstrated them, and it's dawning on me how clever it was that we did this as our like first interaction in the city, is have Reinhard show up and beat down what's her face, and then it doesn't work. Tells us immediately that we're not going to be able to solve this through force of arms alone. We still need force of arms. After all, there's a giant fucking dragon thing, and it's a problem. All sorts of problems. So we have a weapon, we have a thinker, and we have our city saved for now. We're not deteriorating further on the psychological front much. We've sort of like pushed back enough for now against that wave of dread. So, in a city that's still torn up, that's still under threat of flooding, that's still being held hostage, with an impending wedding, and a whole bunch of evil people in the city, what the fuck are we gonna do? We've got all the things that we need, I think, but what the fuck are we gonna do? I don't know. And we're gonna have to push the button and jump into the next episode to find out. So I've got episode 8 of ReZero Season 3, titled, big question mark here, The Person I'll One Day Fall in Love With. Huh? That's like really weird phrasing, and a very typically ReZero weird phrasing. The fuck does that mean? Because that's not about Amelia and Subaru, because they're already in love, right? And my mind goes Mimi and Garf, of all things, because, like, that makes sense, I guess. But in general, I have no idea who the fuck this is, or what it's referring to, so I'm really curious, and I'm excited to find out. I think that's all I have to say here at the beginning of the episode. Thanks so much for joining me. Happy Whoopie Wednesday. Let's jump... Let's jump into episode 8. I love cracking myself up with dumb fucking jokes. I just love it. I love it to pieces. I hope you enjoy it too. PiP timer. The gang is all here. Yotsu. What? You fucking Watto? Otto? And where'd you get it? No, motherfucker. No, motherfucker, what? Oh. Because I was thinking that, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, interesting. Absolutely. Yeah, it means you're the target. Oh, hi, Liliana. Okay. But of course. Wait, is the line that's the episode title from Al? There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Oh, yeah. I forgot about you. Fair. Oh, okay. How unsightly. They have a very dommy relationship. Yeah. Oh. For sure. Right. So you think that he hid something else in it, or like had another copy? Huh. And he knows that. All right, Otto, thanks. Dude, Otto's been I think we did totally foil Roswell's plans. But if we're introducing this, it makes me think that we haven't. Curious. And Subaru trusts his people pretty implicitly, so it's fine. Let's go. Let's hello. What form is she in? Oh, we're gonna get to find out. We're gonna get to find out. Oh my. Hello, Philly. Oh, okay, she's fine. I'm sorry, and obviously she's not fine. But I thought she'd be, like, a blob of goop melting into the bed or something. Fetty's doing all that they can, I'm sure. It wants to spread into you. It wants to spread. Ah, fuck. Oh, you can take it on. You can take it on. You're connected by the fact that you have the blood too. Is this... Did she plan this? Did she plan this? Dude, we need you, though. No, I get it, my guy. But we actually need you, Subaru. But he can take it on. And her skin is cleared. Yeah. He's going for more. Yeah, she knows. Yeah. My guy. Of course not. Big damn hero. Yeah. Yeah, and we can't heal it out of you, man. You've got to be strong enough to carry it. Fuck. Damn. Yep. Great scene. Great scene. Great idea. Really cool tension. Yeah, I know, Fetty. I understand. Shit, Subi. I don't know if you should have done that. Doesn't seem to have deleterious effects on him, though, which is weird. I wonder if it has to do with Shamrock or darkness or something. Because it's so darkness related, right? Oh, the ones. Well, supposedly. Is it his wife? Oh! I only thought about that during, like, right as he was gonna say it. Fuck! God, I should have put that together, because the recognition of the sword style and stuff. That art has not. Who's doing corpse manipulation? Shikabane. Cool. Oh, fuck, yeah. You might be able to handle it. Yes, but not really. That makes sense. Whoa, she lost her protection? Whoa. That sucks. So that's how that happened. He yelled at her, yelled at him because it was his fault. That's that wrinkle that we were waiting for. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, for sure. He was just born into it and it transferred. Yeah, they're gonna end up fighting. Hell yeah, good. As it should be. Okay. Well, we need you for her power, right? Yeah. Yeah, we need you. But then Sword Lady's gonna do sword stuff? Alright. Cool. The stupidity helps. Huh? Huh? I've just been blessed? Like, just? Yeah, what? Just? Like, from where? Triggered by what? We know that it can just, like, happen like that. You do not believe in the songs you've inherited. Inherited again. Poke, 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 boom. Yamada, yamada. Seems like Priscilla's gonna handle Liliana for sure. she's got her she's got her wrapped up. AKA giant genetic modification dragon of hell. Fuck that. Fuck that. We gotta go after Regulus. We're gonna do him last. I don't fucking know. Oh, he knows him. Do any of the mouse recognize? Oh. Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? I wonder if that's a bait and switch, though. It doesn't seem like her thing, but I guess it would be. He's got faith in her. Actually, she's really useful for information. Okay, I guess we're just not thinking about it. Are we no EDing this? Oh no, okay, there's still minutes. Opa. Who the fuck do you think I am, kid? Yeah. My mind, that's my secret. My mind is never clear. But still, it's like so tense between them. Wink, wink, wink. Sick. Reinhardt's so cool. He's such a cool boy. Aww. Aww. Ah. Ah. Grandpa. Grandson. Grandfather. Grandson. Just my little stuff. Damn. The idea that Reinhardt will fall short. Alright, we're splitting teams. We're gonna go do a bunch of missions. The gals are going after Priscilla. Or going after Wrath. We're going after Greed. We've split and split. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Why are you such a dickhead? Who put the stick up your ass? How far does it go? I don't like it. Can't have that. Can't have that. Gross. Stay the way you are. Oh. A doll. How you just spoke back to me? What the fuck's your deal, huh? Hmm. Huh? Stupid. Stupid. Because they're objects. You're just like me. In fact, worse. Who's that? Who the fuck? You are... I love you, Amelia. I am scared of you for saying that name over and over. I think he's gonna, like, snap. Target acquired. Uh-oh. Oh, I know him well. Oh, you wish. He's my love. And, yep. I love somebody else. He's threatening the other wife, right? But I'll have to if you insist on saying something absurd. Stupid. She's struggling with that doubt, even though she does know. Hmm. And it ain't you. It ain't you, Regulus Corneus. Yeah, this is the worry. Oh, we're here. We're here just in time. Holy fuck. Holy fuck, we're gonna fight in this church. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hi, I am the knight, and that that's the death. This guy's a problem. And this guy, he's gonna kill you. Uh, yeah, yeah. That was tight. That was like tightly woven together as an episode. That was tight. Which is strange because like the first half is all dialogue and sitting around tables and talking about stuff, and yet it still feels like it ramps really well. It funnels down to a point kind of. We start broad, right? And then the episode sort of funnels down to a razor sharp needle point right there at the end, and hits down at a particular set of ideas and a particular scene. Yeah? It goes from very broad, very general to very specific. Because when we entered this episode, we had this very broad speech from Subaru that's like, I'm just some guy, and yet there's hope, and we're gonna fight real hard. That's like the whole nature of the speech. Okay, it's like shit's scary and bad. I'm not gonna lie to you about that. Stay strong. We're doing our best. It's like the whole of his speech. But it has no, like, what we're gonna do next. We're gonna go fight this guy. We're gonna group up this way. We're gonna make this plan, XYZ. No idea. We just have a bunch of information floating around. The witch occultists want this. They're somewhere. Our resources are these. And it's all just a mishmash. Don't know what's going on with Krush. It's all a mishmash. And over the course of the episode, we, like, answer questions and filter things down to put everything into its place and be able to move forward. And I think it's tight. I think it's tightly woven together for that purpose. I think, I don't think there's any even, except maybe the moments with Krusha, like really interesting visual stuff. There were a couple of moments when we're moving from face to face in the scenes, the conversational scenes, especially once Priscilla gets here, that I thought were just like crisp and fun looking, but not in like an extraordinary or jaw dropping way. The big important things in in this episode are the conversations themselves and the information that we get from them. Although still I don't think in much of a way that like requires a lot of analysis exactly, or like discussion or figuring out what was said, but instead just like it's a lot of box checking, a lot of like this is doing this is this information, this is where we put there. But there are some pieces that are definitely worth talking about. So let's go. Let's go ahead and dive on through. Tome of Wisdom, Otto has it because he distrusts Roswell and thinks he's still up to some kind of scheme. So he's gone back and retrieved the burned copy of the Tome of Wisdom and is getting it restored in order to find out if that's actually the case. I hope he trusts his restorer really well, and I'm really curious to meet said restorer. It feels like a character setup, you know? That would be exciting. Let's not give fucking anything to the cult. I love everybody sort of nodding around and being like, yeah, we're not giving them shit. Wham! She's so silly. All right. They're busy. We talk to Otto. Love the homies being homies. Love this information from Wilhelm. Oh, we get that a little bit later. It comes right after the Crucia thing. I forgot. Fuck. Fatty in Despair really sucks. Really sucks. Because it's been kind of one thing after another for Crucia and Fatty. And that really sucks. I thought Crucia would be worse. I thought we would go further into body horror here, right? Like, not you have a humanoid body with some lines on it, but like, no, your body's half warped into some horrid creature or like blob of goop or something like that. Like, something out of Berserk, right? Less, yeah, yeah. Less anime fantasy and more Berserk, more, maggots and worms and things, right? That's what I thought we were going for. So this is fairly light, all things considered. Crush is fine. It's all good. Obviously, she's not fine. This sucks, and it sucks to see a character that we care about like this. But then there's our wrinkle. She just wants to be sure that he's okay. But then we get this moment. He touches, and we get sparks of the blackest lightning. Look, we've seen deep darkness before, and there's every possibility that deep darkness is just deep darkness, and multiple things can be black, right? Like, multiple forms of dark energy can be dark. Sure. Totally could. But what if they're not? Sorry, what if they're not? Why is Subaru okay? He's got some dragon blood in him. Why is he fucking okay? What's up with that, right? It's a serious question. We gloss over it because we kind of have to, or just continuing on, but, shouldn't he be more fucked up by this? I don't know. It's unclear. If he's not as fucked up by this as he should be, why? And does it have to do something innately with him? Like, the fact that he's probably whatever it is that makes a Sin Archbishop a Sin Archbishop, he's one of them, right? Or related to it, or like a distant cousin of a Sin Archbishop kind of thing. So maybe that's got some stuff to it, right? But I don't know how that would interact with the particulars of the curse of the family. Or is it entirely because of that Mob Beast curse that he has in him from earlier? I don't know. And then why doesn't that emerge here? I don't know. Really curious. But our setup here in this moment is as straightforward as can be, right? And it's almost deterministic. It's like, you know what Subaru will do in this situation. He really can't do otherwise. You put him in a situation where Subaru sees somebody that he cares about and he can take their pain onto himself, he's gonna do it. That's like written into the bylaws of his character. But he can't. Well, he can, but if he does, we lose him, right? And this sets up the wrinkle. Maybe I say the wrinkle because it feels to me like that's the wrinkle. This sets up a wrinkle, a strong, powerful wrinkle. So you want to be a hero. A lot of what that means is self-sacrifice. How much can you do before it tears you apart and you can't be a hero anymore? Whether that makes you a villain or just a gibbering hulk of goop on the street being a goop monster, I don't know, right? I don't care. But if your goal is to be heroic, if your goal is to save people and stuff, you're going to have to put yourself on the line to do that. You're going to have to sacrifice. You're going to have to bear burdens. You're going to have to carry that weight and that metaphorical and literal darkness. But if you carry so much that it corrupts who you are to the point where that heroic instinct itself is gone or the ability to follow it through is gone, then you've wasted yourself completely. Then you've bigger than failed, right? Because, like, if you had just gone on with your life not trying to be a hero, things wouldn't be worse. Now they're worse and we don't have you, right? So there's a line, and it's unclear where it is. And Subaru is the kind of character who's willing to cross it, right? Like, he will happily cross that threshold and go over that cliff, over that edge. But if it destroys you in the process, then you've lost something doubly, and you've doubly failed. I'm reminded of a different show and how I interacted with it when I watched it. I'm reminded of Cyberpunk Edge Runners and how I interacted with it when I watched it. The ideas in Cyberpunk have a lot to do with a kind of like mortal heroism, like where you trade your own life for change, for attempting to do something, trying to create something or affect the world, but it tears you apart in the end. And in Cyberpunk, our main character and characters go up and over that edge, right? In that world, becoming overcome by their by their technology, by too much stuff woven into their bloodstream, you know? Like, it's kind of like the monstrousness here. And it grants power. It grants power, and it gives you the power to save, but it takes away you. It tears apart who you are. And I got really invested in that idea, in the idea of, like, going even further beyond, kind of. And I think it's the wrong idea. I think it's the wrong idea looking back. I think you can really hurt yourself and you can really tear yourself apart. I think there's value to it, though. There's real value to, like, the willingness to transcend boundaries, to push harder than you can push, and to, like, find a wall and push up against it so hard that you break yourself and rebuild yourself into something new. And it's like, I think there's an element of that that's fundamental to growth, fundamental to improvement, fundamental to, like, a physical growth of a person. You break yourself down, you build yourself up. Mental growth, you break yourself down, you build yourself up. But on all those fronts, if you're trying to be, like, your own hero, right? Because at the most base point, like, a hero to yourself or a hero to one person around you or something like that, you can invest yourself so heavily in that process of self-development, self-improvement, self-tearing down and building up that you tear yourself down too far and you can't build back up. You run far enough that your tendons snap and they might not knit back together, right? And you can do that mentally too. You can do it psychologically and emotionally too. It's like push yourself to the brink to carry more than you can carry, and it might actually crush you, and you might not be able to get back up from under it. It's a tough one because I want the opposite to be true. I want the Kamina point, like, to the heavens all the way through to be the idea, but it needs to be tempered with some wisdom, with some wariness, and some needing to look out for the person inside, so that you might have the opportunity to do more in the future, so that you can, because if you're not there, then there's no hero, right? And no chance for one. So that's where we go here. We find out that it works, that it's transferring. Fairy is torn up because I can't do anything to help her. We see the darkness spread directly through his veins. And he is pleased as punch, but she's not. Stop it, Subaru. I think once he takes his shirt off, this moment, I sense kind of a tone shift to the episode, where we get that, like, there's the despair leaks in a little bit, but we also close in and become more personal with our characters and more human, I feel. And it bleeds over into the other conversations, too. We carry it over into Wilhelm. It's like this moment exemplifies our stakes a little bit. Yeah. And amplifies them for all the other circumstances. Don't be ridiculous. A little pain is nothing to me. But we're not just dealing with pain. We're dealing with change. You said that you would handle everything. So now Krusha, who's so strong, asks for him to take on the burden, too. Just tell me, too. Say that it's going to be okay and that you've got it. So he puts on the face. Leave everything to me. It's time to go. Fairy's in a rough spot. A really rough spot. I'm scared. Wilhelm clocks the hand, but he doesn't say anything. And then he informs us about the nature of those two sin boys. Ooh, baby, 8 arms, fuck yeah. And my wife. Shit, what a fucking good twist. What a good twist. We bring back dead people who have emotional ties to our current people. Perfect. Fucking awesome. I wish that I had the brains to think about that and to realize it before he actually said it, but it was only like a half a second before the line popped up on screen that I could think about it. So fucking cool as an idea. I think it's great, and there's so many wrinkles that we've woven into Teresia, and the story with her and Wilhelm, and now the story with her and Reinhard that we finally have the missing piece of. It's fucking good. That's cool. There are a lot of ways to bring people from the past that suck balls, and this is a really cool way to bring people from the past. It's like, it's fraught with all sorts of tension. It's like, yeah, that's my wife, but it's not. It's just a corpse that's being manipulated. So it's not actually my wife, but it fights like her, and so there's danger there. And also, she's really dangerous, right? It's fucking cool. The forbidden art has returned. And I wonder if that person actually did perish, or if it was our weird Luganika. I don't know. The divine protection. Wow, the wrinkle finally is understood. What a clever use of your world's magic. We haven't brought up divine protections like almost at all since Felt in the original bullshit, right? Really, almost at all. Finally, it comes up here, and it's the answer to a huge question. Why was Reinhard... Why did Wilhelm yell at Reinhard when he was a little baby boy? Why was he so pissed? Why did he blame the death of Teresia on him? Because he stole her armor, right? He stole her soul powers. Not by, like, just by existing. Just because he was chosen, right? Damn. Just because he's the chosen one, he stole it from her. It's got a mix of things. It harkens to, like, death by childbirth, which is so, like, a deeply common part of human history. Like, so many, like, wonderful women have died giving birth to their children over the course of our history. It is such a recent thing that childbirth is anywhere near safe, and it's still not. It's fucking horrifying. But it harkens to elements of that and the kind of blame that families place on children with that. It harkens to successions in, like, dynasties and stuff, and like, oh, it's great that you're the princess and you're like 22 until your fucking dad accidentally bangs a scullery maid and now there's a new prince and you're not the princess anymore. It just, like, in an instant, suddenly that's different. So interesting. Such a cool piece of magic that also, like, I feel like it really supports the fiction of the world. It supports the idea that people's fates are kind of not in their own hands sometimes, in a way that I think mirrors and matches with the sort of feudalistic societies that we've presented. I like it. I like it a lot. It is inherited, and it swaps on its fucking own. And it doesn't get inherited when the person dies. It chooses. Damn. I regret it deeply. These angles, I think, are clever through this conversation. There's some clever facial framing, and again, it carries on into the next one. Like here, when he sort of places his head. Don't worry about it. We don't need to find her. She'll come find me. Okay, Priscilla and Songstress off to find Wrath. Others going to do other things. Fucking awesome. The way this sets us up is that we've got all these, like, individual elements that we can turn to, and we can, like, weave them all together or turn in and hyper-focus on one for a portion. So if we want things to feel more chaotic, we can introduce more plot threads into an episode and focus on more of them and be, like, jumping around over the course of the whole city and really evoke that, like, the whole city is a machine that's moving in different ways at all times, right? It's, like, alive and it's breathing and it's interesting. And then if we want to, like, focus on we can make it feel, like, confined and isolated and like a specific element is the most important thing that could possibly be going on. And then we hone in on one and then zoom back out. I think that's really cool. And we can mix and match, right? We can start with, like, represent that there are a bunch of things going on in the city and then focus on the Regulus Corneus battle and then zoom out from there and move on. And I think that's really clever. Really, really clever. I have been blessed! The fuck, man? But we just set up that divine blessings just, like, happen sometimes. They just, like, flow. Why the fuck did this one happen to Reinhard right now? Almost seems like because it was convenient. Like, narratively convenient, sure, but, like, is God just looking out for Reinhard? Maybe. Maybe, man. Telepathy. Okay, cool. That makes a lot of sense. You do not believe, so you suck? So you suck? Your voice doesn't even work? You're a big failure? And we got her. Brilliant. And then there's lust, and it's a problem. And it's a problem. So Wilhelm and Garfield are going for lust, and the two others will be there as well. Awesome. And don't you have your own? Yeah, cool. Just who the fuck do you think your grandfather is? The absence of a clear mind is an everyday thing. I will avenge my wife. Fuck yeah. It's cool. And we're gonna go get greed. Awesome. That's really just setup. I love the hominess between Garf and Reinhardt. I think that's really cool. And don't worry, we'll cover each other's backs. And it's such a thing for Reinhardt to be like, I will have faith that you will cover the places in which I fall short. When Reinhardt is like 11 out of 10 in all stats across the board, he's like, yes, you will totally fulfill my shortcomings, which I definitely have. Reinhardt's just Superman. He's like, all right, Batman, you can help. You can help, I guess. Sure, man. Yeah, your spy network. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, grappling hooks, batarangs, heat vision. Yeah. Honestly, it's more like Superman letting Robin come along. It's like, all right, buddy. Come on. Yeah, I know, you're the heart and soul of the series. That's it. Pat. Okie dokie. If they have any kryptonite, you'll be useful, I guess. Leave Gluttony to Ricardo and I. All right, man. That's exciting. That's going to be an interesting fight. Ricardo and Julius. Of these squads, which one do you think is the least likely to succeed? I think Reinhardt steamrolls. I think Wilhelm could really struggle. I think Priscilla and Liliana, like, got this vibe that Priscilla's way more powerful than she's even expressed, even when she's expressed it. Curious. Okay, cool. Squad. This is a fucking crazy church. That's all. It's like the weirdest looking organ that I've ever seen, too. He's such a dick. I hate him so much. He's so dickish. And thanks to that decision, I met you. Yeah. Also, I've got some things that I want to tell you. Yeah, me too. First off, no emotions. It's illegal. Illegal. All changes in expression are forbidden. So, somebody commented a couple episodes ago about Regulus Corneus, and I'm gonna go find it. I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. You Porkpine says, Regulus wanting to have a virgin wife is the same as a collector wanting to own things in mint condition, because if someone has owned it before, maybe you don't own it fully? That would be a violation of his rights, because he rightfully owns his wives. And it's not like it's uncommon in our world. The I want to have a virgin wife / girlfriend crowd definitely exists, and they have a way of speaking that is a lot like Regulus. Yep. And my response to that was, all his figures are still in boxes. And Araragi-senpai responded, you have no idea how right your analogy is. He literally finds sex repulsive and doesn't indulge in it with any of his wives. So the virgin question is just that. He wants a pristine doll, still in its box, untainted by this despicable act. Yes, he's a collector. Bingo! Your sole duty is to look adorable. Look good on my shelf, bitch. Right? Like, you don't exist except for me to observe. That would be a bit much. That's, like, not cool. Excuse me? What's your fucking problem? I've done so much nice shit to you, and you're talking back to me? Actively trying to tear me down? Actively trying to fuck with me? That's a violation of my rights. Because my rights are the rights of the whole world. I have the right to everything. That's how that works. And she expresses very straightforward marriage stuff. This thing's about love and things. This is what it's about. It's, like, really cool. So why don't you talk to your wives so they have names? And she's like, I like names. I like being called by my name. In fact, by my cutesy name. And he goes like, wait, you said another man's name there, I think. I'm pretty sure, if I didn't hear you wrong, that you just said another man's name. And that is illegal! A violation of my rights! I'm the only man on Earth! Don't you get it? Everyone else is a fly. Kind of the same, you know? Do you have even a lick of common sense? Even if he's just some weirdo, it still hurts. Like, you're not supposed to say that to your future husband. And she's like, well, no, I love him and stuff. I have no desire to turn this wedding into a funeral. Don't you get it? Don't you get it? And she's like, well, yeah, no, it's really good. And, oh, man, this harkens back to last season's, like, Amelia's fear and uncertainty. She doesn't, like, trust her own feelings. At least that's how I'm reading this, is like, she sees herself as inexperienced, and so this set of overwhelming emotions and feelings and love, it's love, that she has for Subaru, she doesn't know that it's love, because she doesn't know what love is, right? She doesn't have a reference point to define it, right? except for like Mother Fortuna and stuff, and Petalky, like, right? Like, so she doesn't really have a framework and doesn't think that she's achieved whatever that boundary is, that the bright line, the threshold that makes it true love or whatever. But she's committed that that's going to be the guy that she'll fall in love with one day. I think it's really cute. And a very real feeling. One that I have definitely shared in is this feeling of like, well, I have all these strong emotions and they're definitely something, but everybody seems to speak with such confidence when they say that they're in love or something like that. And nobody has informed me what exactly the list of checkboxes that I'm looking for to check off is that says that that's the case. And you can know that this is true because if you go on Google and type in am I really, you'll find like, am I really in love with him? It'll show up, right? People are looking for this. They're trying, we are mysteries to ourselves. So often we are mysteries to ourselves. And so we might be so obviously to everyone else around us completely head over heels in love with a person, right? We've been like following them around like a puppy dog for 2 years and like doing everything for them and living with them and like we want to have a life with them and we know that there's nobody else in the world for it. It's just set in stone. It's like solid as can be, and still in our minds be like, I wonder if this is just a schoolyard crush. Like I know we've been living together for 4 years and we have 2 kids, but like maybe it's not meant to be, right? Like we such mysteries to ourselves. So this element of Amelia, who actually is inexperienced and actually lacks that like reference point and doesn't have the sort of family around her that would give her a reference point or anything. There aren't any examples of solid relationships around her. None. Not one. There are no married couples in ReZero that I can think of. Like none. Who's dating? Nobody. Nobody, right? There are no examples anywhere around. So like perfectly makes sense, Amelia, that you wouldn't understand. We, of course, are like, bro, you totally love her. And I can't give him the response he wants, or even the one that he doesn't, because I don't know what those mean. But she does know that she will fall in love with someone someday. That she will be that way, and it won't be you, motherfucker. And it won't be you, motherfucker. Well, fine. You're so selfish and slutty. I'm gonna kill you. Nope. Nah, we're here. Just in the nick of time. Bursting in to save the day. And we're gonna fight this fucker. Spirit Knight, Sam's spirit, and also God with a sword. Fuck. Fuck, fuck. Fuck, fuck. I object. Fuck yeah. What a fun setup. We've got all this stuff going on in the background. Multiple fights, multiple locations, multiple things going on. It's kind of like, as we step forward in the next episode, we're finally coming into the full fulfillment of the promise of the big moving city with all the different pieces moving. You know, it's finally fulfilled. Love it. Love it. Can't wait to beat the shit out of Regulus Corneus. I don't think it's going to be easy. I don't think it's going to be that straightforward. But golly, it'll be great to have Amelia back on our side. And this fucker out of here. Hell yeah. Thanks so much for watching me watch this week's episode of ReZero. Oh, I should break times. We're on episode 8. We should do 7 and 8. We're going to break times. Okay. Is this recording? Break time. All right. Break time 7, motherfuckers. Beep, beep. Sorry, I don't know where this attitude is coming from. Beep, beep. Doki doki dee. God, why does Chibi Julius look so dickish? I've just hyperfixated on how the mouth moves. So this speaks really strongly to the speech. Yürüyüşü. Ferisi. Yürüyüşü. Ferisi. Yürüyüşü. Ferisi. Yürüyüşü. Yeah, Ulysses is not in a habit of fucking around, like. Something befitting a hero. Okay, that was episode 7. That was cute. That thematically fits really well with episode 7 because the speech thing and him being a hero and just the faith in him shown by Julius at the beginning. I think that's really cool. Okay, episode 8, break time. Confusing. Cute. Is she a threat? Madonna. Yeah, is this alright? Are you okay? Amelia, don't be sad, don't be sad. The bathroom? Yeah, they're gonna get the wrong idea. Excuse me, Amelia Sama, this might be wrong. Why that girl trying to steal your night? So yeah. Not quite what I meant, but hey. All right. Well, those were lovely. I'm glad to have watched them. Not too much that like seems super important, but very cute moments. That's all. Thanks so much for watching this week's episode of ReZero. I'll see you next week for more, and we'll dive into this fight with Regulus Corneus, the fucking asshole. Screw him. See you next week. Much love. Peace.